All right, Aries, let's get into your reading. So, the energy that I have for you today is this, and it is landing incredibly deep. Your intuition has been whispering to you about this person, and every single part of it is real. The love that lives here, it stretches far beyond what your conscious mind has been able to grasp. You have sensed it in the stillness, in those unspoken exchanges, in the way everything quietly shifts. That feeling deep in your chest is not anxiety. It is your spirit recognizing what already exists. This person holds a love for you that is vast, consuming, and far more intense than you realize. The universe has been sending you signals through your body, through your dreams, through repeated patterns around you. Nothing about what you have been sensing is fabricated, and the cards today are going to prove that. Your inner compass has locked onto the truth, and what I see in front of me confirms it. Let us go into it, because what lives in this spread is undeniable, and it demands your attention. The first card I have for you is the Empress, and she arrives carrying a deeply nurturing confirmation. The Empress says that what exists between you and this person is organic, fertile, and continuously growing. A tenderness in this bond. It is something neither of you created intentionally. It simply blossomed naturally. Her presence tells me the devotion coming toward you is unconditional, layered with warmth that never fades. The Empress does not appear where love is shallow. She reserves herself only for connections that are sacred. What your gut has been telling you is backed by this card completely, without a single doubt remaining. The care this person extends toward you is quiet but powerful, like roots spreading beneath untouched ground. Every layer of this connection carries an emotional richness, one that you are only beginning to understand. Nothing about her presence is performative. The Empress is confirming that this love has been here all along. You were never making it up. And the first card alone is enough to settle that question entirely. The next card coming through is the Ten of Cups, and this brings an emotional wave of validation. Ten of Cups reveals that the emotional depth here, it has reached a place of complete certainty. Their feelings are not wavering or confused. This card shows a heart that has already made its decision. In their inner world, the vision of happiness they hold is woven tightly around your presence in it. This is not casual attraction. The Ten of Cups speaks to a love that is entirely permanent. What your intuition picked up on matches exactly what this card is showing. A bond destined for fulfillment. The emotional world between you both holds a promise of wholeness and a genuine sense of deep belonging. Ten of Cups does not arrive lightly. It only shows itself where the emotional foundation is already strong. The love this person holds is mapped onto their future, and you are woven into every single part. You are the center of their emotional vision, and that is not a small thing to carry within. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and this card brings a grounded and steady layer of devotion. What stands out with this Knight is the patience, the consistency, and the quiet reliability of their love. This person does not love you in bursts or only when it feels convenient. They show up constantly. The Knight of Pentacles confirms a devotion built on trust, on loyalty, and on deliberate and patient action. Every move they make toward you is intentional, measured with care, and rooted in something deeply honest. This is the kind of love that builds brick by brick, without rushing and without needing any praise. Their loyalty is not a performance for attention. It is embedded into who they are at their core. The Knight carries a steadfast commitment here, showing up quietly and consistently, even when no one is watching. All three cards together, the Empress, the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles, confirm one truth. Your intuition has been aligned with reality this entire time, and the love directed at you is immeasurable. The confirmation is overwhelming. Every card laid out today mirrors the exact pull your intuition already detected. Now, let us come in close because what is happening on your side needs to be fully acknowledged. You have been carrying so much inside of you lately, and most of it has remained completely unspoken. A weight has been sitting on your chest, a quiet heaviness that you cannot seem to name. Part of you craves absolute clarity, and another part of you is terrified of what clarity might uncover. Your mind has been running in circles for weeks, replaying moments and searching for answers that stay hidden. The confusion is not weakness. It is what happens when your heart holds more than it can process. You have been standing at a crossroads emotionally, feeling pulled in directions that contradict each other constantly. The exhaustion from questioning yourself has reached a tipping point, and today the cards are addressing that. The first card for you is the Six of Swords, and it mirrors your inner state with precision. Six of Swords shows a mind that is exhausted from overthinking, drained from carrying questions without resolution. You have been navigating through emotional fog, and the mental fatigue is settling deeper with every passing day. A part of you wants to surrender to what you feel, but logic keeps pulling you firmly backward. You are caught in emotional transition, suspended between the familiar ground and something your heart craves desperately. The need for peace is overwhelming, yet every time you reach for stillness, your thoughts flood right back. This card validates the restlessness you carry, the sense that you are trapped between two emotional chapters entirely. Your mind keeps analyzing and dissecting, trying to make sense of feelings that do not follow any logic. Six of Swords tells me you are ready to leave the mental loop behind, even if fear lingers. Somewhere beneath the noise, you already know what direction your heart wants to move toward without hesitation. The next card is the Queen of Wands, and she illuminates the fierce fire still burning inside you. Queen of Wands says that underneath the doubt, a fierce knowing lives within you that refuses to quiet. You may appear calm on the surface, but inside you hold a passion that demands to be honored. Your desire is not something you created out of loneliness. It was born from genuine emotional recognition. Queen of Wands confirms that your feelings carry real authority. They are not desperate or merely imagined. You have been questioning yourself over and over, wondering if what you sense is valid or just wishful. The flame inside you is not fading. It is shielded by something deeper than your mind can reach. Your emotional instinct has been guiding you all along, even when the doubt kept trying to drown it. A boldness lives in your spirit that even you have underestimated, and this card captures that with precision. She sees a version of you that is braver, more certain, and more aligned than you currently feel. Trust that the fire within you exists for a clear reason. It is pointing directly toward your truth. What you feel is not a distortion. This queen would not appear if your emotions lacked real substance. Then we have the Star, and this card illuminates the quiet hope you have been clutching so tightly. The Star shows that even through the confusion, a soft light within you has never gone completely dark. You carry a belief buried beneath the noise, a faith in what you felt that nothing can erase. The Star confirms that your hope is not naive. It is anchored in genuine emotional truth and awareness. Deep down, you already know what is real. The struggle has only been trusting yourself to fully accept. Vulnerability in this moment is not a flaw. It is the clearest proof that your feelings are authentic. The Star does not appear for the delusional. She arrives only for those who see with their soul. Everything you have been wrestling with, the doubt, the longing, and the silent questioning, it all makes sense. Your emotions are valid. Your instincts have been sharper than you gave them credit for this entire time. The cards on your side hold a mirror up, and what reflects back is genuine and incredibly brave. You have not been foolish for feeling this deeply. Okay, let us go deeper into this because what is unfolding on their side carries an undeniable intensity. This person has been holding on to feelings that have grown far beyond anything they anticipated or ever planned. The weight of what they carry for you is not light. It presses against their chest every day. They have been quietly consumed by emotions, ones they do not fully know how to express out loud. Fear has been sitting right beside their love, whispering doubts that make every single step forward uncertain. Their heart decided about you a long time ago, but their mind has simply not caught up yet. The first card on their side is the Page of Cups, and it reveals a vulnerable emotional landscape. Page of Cups shows that this person holds their feelings for you with a tenderness bordering on sacred. What they feel overwhelms them constantly, not because it is wrong, but because it stretches beyond their control. The Page of Cups carries the energy of a heart that opened before the mind gave it permission. Their emotions arrived uninvited and settled in with permanence, creating a warmth they cannot ignore or push aside. This card tells me their feelings are pure, untouched by agenda, and rooted in something profoundly sincere. A quiet innocence shapes the way they hold you in their thoughts, a reverence that stays carefully unspoken. They replay moments with you inside their mind, turning each memory over like a precious and fragile thing. The depth of their affection has surprised even them because they did not expect to feel this profoundly. Page of Cups confirms that beneath whatever calm surface they project, a tender and aching devotion lives quietly. The next card coming through is the Moon, and it uncovers the fears hiding beneath their silence today. The Moon says this person is terrified, not of you, but of what losing you would actually mean. Their fear runs deep, and it shapes the way they approach you, careful and measured and overly cautious. They are afraid that if they reveal the full extent of what they feel, it will change everything. The Moon shows a person caught between longing and self-protection, building walls while hoping you see through them. Their silence is not absence of feeling. It is an overflow of emotion that they cannot risk releasing. The Moon illuminates a person who rehearses conversations with you in their head, yet never speaks a word. Their emotional vocabulary for you is vast, but their courage to use it remains painfully small. They lie awake with your name circling their thoughts, torn between reaching out and guarding what remains safe. The Moon confirms that their confusion is not a lack of love, it is an overwhelming emotional excess. Vulnerability is the one thing they have been avoiding because it means handing you the power to hurt. Every thought they suppress, every word they swallow, is driven by a terror of being fully exposed. Their inner world is a storm of wanting, of aching silently, of holding back words that burn inside. They crave to be seen by you, yet the fear of rejection holds their voice in lasting silence. The Moon does not lie, and what it reveals about their inner world is raw and completely unfiltered. Then we have the Four of Wands, and this card speaks to the stability they crave alongside you. Four of Wands shows that in their mind, a vision of settled and peaceful belonging includes you entirely. This card carries the energy of commitment that already exists internally, even if it has not been declared. Their desire is not fleeting or impulsive. It is structured and certain, like a home waiting to open. Four of Wands confirms their emotional blueprint already has your name written firmly across every wall and doorway. What they feel is not a question anymore. The answer has been settled deep within their very bones. The safety they imagine beside you is vivid and detailed, painted with intention, and colored by genuine devotion. The foundation they are building emotionally is quiet but unshakable, constructed from years of suppressed and guarded feeling. Their heart has claimed you quietly, without announcement, without permission, and without any intention of letting go. So let us see what the cards are showing today, because movement is arriving faster than you expected. The action surrounding this connection is shifting, and nothing is sitting in a holding pattern any longer. Decisions are forming behind the scenes, and the pace of what comes next will catch you off guard. This is not a waiting period anymore. The cards are pointing toward direct and unavoidable forward motion. What has been stalled between you and this person, it is about to break with undeniable momentum. The stillness you have both been sitting in is cracking, and real steps are beginning to take shape. The first card is the Eight of Wands, and it signals rapid acceleration across this entire situation. Eight of Wands is among the fastest cards in the deck, and it confirms things are moving swiftly. Messages are coming, conversations are being initiated, and communication that was blocked is finally starting to flow. This card does not bring slow or gradual change. It delivers swift action that lands without warning. A reach out is forming, whether through a text, a call, or an unexpected encounter face to face. Eight of Wands confirms the distance between you and this person. It is shrinking rapidly each passing day. The barriers that kept things at a standstill are dissolving, and momentum builds with each passing moment. Eight of Wands moves like lightning, and once it strikes, the effects ripple through everything without pause. What was frozen in hesitation is now thawing, and the momentum behind this shift cannot be reversed. This card pushes everything forward at once, clearing the delays standing firmly between you and resolution. The speed of what approaches is not something you can prepare for. It will arrive and demand attention. Eight of Wands does not grant more time to overthink. It forces the hand and opens the door. The next card is the Chariot, and it adds determined and focused willpower behind this entire movement. The Chariot says this person is reaching a point where standing still is no longer a viable option. A decision has been building within them, and the Chariot confirms the resolve to act is now locked. They are no longer debating whether to move. The only question left is the timing of their step. The Chariot carries the energy of a person who has decided, now driving forward with deliberate purpose. Obstacles that once felt immovable are being pushed aside, and the path toward you grows undeniably clear. This person is taking internal steps that will soon become external, and the transition is already underway. The Chariot does not represent wishful thinking. It represents committed action that has already begun at its core. The wheels are turning in a direction that cannot be reversed, and every signal confirms forward trajectory. This person's resolve has solidified, and the actions that follow will reflect a clarity, leaving no doubt. They are gathering their courage and organizing their next move, and what follows will be direct and unmistakable. The Chariot confirms that when this person acts, the approach will be focused and impossible to misread. Nothing about the movement heading toward you is accidental. It has been calculated and carries full conviction. Then we have the Ace of Wands, and this card brings a burst of initiative that ignites everything. Ace of Wands represents the spark of new action, the first deliberate step that sets things in motion. This card confirms a fresh wave of courage is arriving, one that pushes past every remaining hesitation. Ace of Wands brings raw initiative, the kind that does not wait for permission before making itself known. A bold and visible move is coming, and it carries the kind of raw energy that changes everything. This card tells me the initiation point is close, the moment where intention finally transforms into direct action. The ignition has already happened within them, and external actions are now catching up to match their intent. The Eight of Wands, the Chariot, and the Ace of Wands all confirm that movement is already certain. Movement is locked in, the timeline is accelerating, and what heads your way will not be subtle. Now, let us dive into this, because what hides beneath the surface today needs to be heard. This person carries confessions that have never left their mouth, words trapped behind walls of quiet caution. The things they refuse to say out loud are not small. They are all-consuming and deeply personal. What lives beneath their composure is a library of unspoken desires, each one written carefully with your name. They rehearse full speeches to you in their solitude, sentences built with care but never actually delivered. The confessions sitting inside them are heavy, urgent, and aching for the chance to finally break free. The first card is the Nine of Cups, and what it reveals about their hidden wishes is staggering. Nine of Cups is the wish card, and every silent wish this person guards is centered around you. They have imagined a life with you in ways they would never dare confess, vivid and achingly real. What they secretly want from you goes far beyond what they have allowed you to see or sense. Nine of Cups confirms they have pictured the ending they crave, and you are the center of it. Their hidden confession is this: they do not just admire you, they want all of you completely. This card shows a person whose deepest wish has been formed, shaped in private, and guarded fiercely. They have never told a soul what they truly feel because the weight of it would expose them. Nine of Cups holds desires that are tender and raw, things they barely admit to themselves in silence. Their secret wish is not to be near you, it is to be chosen by you without reservation. What they bury deepest is a craving, to hear you say that you feel the exact same way. Nine of Cups tells me their unspoken truth is layered, complex, and painfully beautiful in its quiet desperation. They would confess everything if they believed you could hold it, but the risk of rejection silences them. This card confirms that behind the silence, a person lives who wants you in ways words cannot carry. The wish they hold is fully formed, not a fleeting impulse, but a rooted and permanent aching need. Every unspoken word they swallow lands heavier than the last, building a pressure that must eventually break. The next card is the King of Cups, and it uncovers the emotional mastery they use to hide. King of Cups shows a person who controls their exterior, while inside they drown in unspoken want. They have mastered the art of appearing steady, but what they conceal behind that composure is volcanic. The king holds a private truth. The love they carry for you has outgrown every container they built. Behind closed doors, they whisper things about you that would leave you speechless if you ever heard. King of Cups confirms that their restraint is not indifference. It is a survival tactic to protect themselves. They want to tell you that you are their first thought at dawn and their last before rest. The confession buried deepest inside them is that they have surrendered to you completely and without condition. This card tells me they fantasize about a version of your bond, one without barriers or pretense. King of Cups reveals that their emotional discipline is cracking, and the confessions are closer to spilling over. What they hide is not doubt. It is the terrifying certainty that you are exactly who they need. They guard this confession like a wound, terrified that if it surfaces too soon, it costs them everything. The king's composure is a carefully worn mask, and behind it lies a desperate need to be claimed. Everything they withhold from you is driven by one silent prayer that you will see through them anyway. Nine of Cups and King of Cups together, they paint a portrait of desire that runs dangerously deep. This person holds back a flood of confessions, and every single one has your name carved into it. The hidden truth is not complicated. They already belong to you in their mind, and have for years. What they suppress is not weakness. It is love so potent they do not trust themselves with it. Their biggest secret is that they chose you long before they ever found the courage to admit it. Every confession they guard tonight, every desire they silence. Okay, come in close, because this final chapter ties the entire reading together with absolute clarity today. The near future between you and this person is vibrant, and the cards confirm that resolution is approaching. The first card is the Two of Cups, and it signals a pivotal moment of mutual emotional recognition. Two of Cups says a meeting of hearts is near, where both sides finally drop the mask. This card confirms that what has been building in silence will soon be spoken, felt, and fully exchanged. The near future holds a bridge forming between you, and both of you will meet at its center. Two of Cups does not predict surface encounters. It signals a deep alignment that redefines the entire bond. A moment is coming where words trapped for months will finally find their way into the open air. Reciprocity is arriving, and the love that has been flowing in your direction will be openly acknowledged. This card carries the energy of two people stepping toward each other willingly, honestly, and without reservation. What approaches is not a casual exchange. It is a defining conversation that shifts the ground beneath you. Two of Cups confirms the mutual pull is undeniable, and the universe is aligning the timing with precision. The advice card here is Temperance, and it asks you to hold steady and trust what unfolds next. Temperance says the wisest thing you can do in this chapter is honor the timing of every step. Do not rush what is already heading toward you. Do not force conversations that are preparing to happen. Your role going forward is to remain grounded, centered, and open without pushing or pulling at anything. Temperance reminds you that balance is your greatest strength, and the universe rewards those who trust it. Let the process breathe. Let this person arrive on their own terms, and know that alignment is certain. Patience is not passive waiting. It is the active trust that what belongs to you will always arrive. Temperance confirms that your calm presence is the very thing that draws this connection to completion. The universe does not need urgency from you. It needs your stillness, and temperance makes that beautifully clear. Stay rooted in the peace you have cultivated, because that energy alone is magnetic enough to pull everything. Now let me bring this entire reading together, because the message today has been undeniably powerful throughout. Your intuition is not lying to you, and this person loves you more than you could ever imagine. That was the message from the very first line, and every card across 6 parts confirmed its truth. The love is real, the feelings run deep, the desires are permanent, and forward movement is fully locked. Your side revealed courage and emotional clarity. Their side revealed a devotion buried beneath fear and silence. Action confirmed the stillness is ending, and the confessions proved just how deep this commitment truly runs. The connection is not one-sided. It is mutual and layered, heading toward a moment of undeniable truth. Every section of this reading stacked confirmation after confirmation, leaving no room for doubt or hesitation remaining. The Empress, Ten of Cups, and Knight of Pentacles opened this reading with nurturing and grounded devotion. 6 of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Star reflected your emotional truth and quiet inner strength. Page of Cups, the Moon, and 4 of Wands revealed their vulnerable and aching inner world completely. 8 of Wands, the Chariot, and Ace of Wands confirmed swift and determined movement heading your direction. 9 of Cups and King of Cups exposed hidden confessions and desires that belong only to you. 2 of Cups and Temperance closed this reading with a promise of union, patience, and destined